Now, for a game that is as old as Dying Light 1, this came out quite a while ago now. It actually looks really good. Like the shadows, the lighting, it's actually amazing. The zombies, they look amazing. This game was ahead of its time, 100%. So today's video topic is we are comparing Dying Light 1 versus Dying Light 2. A couple scenarios, like many different scenarios of them, and seeing how they compare, how they go out. See, personally, I like the feeling of Dying Light 1 better. It feels more of a horror game. It's scary, it's terrifying, and it's a lot of fun. Simple. Dying Light 2, it doesn't have the same feeling as Dying Light 1. Not as I guess you could say smooth or replayability or anything like that, but it's still fun. Dying Light 2 I like better for gameplay wise because one, the parkour, it's nicer to have a lot more freedom in the parkour, and there's a lot more to do with it. Parkour is a lot better. The map is, personally, it's more fun. This map's still cool though. Still an amazing map. You can't really enter many buildings, which is one of its downfalls. But for when it was released, it's definitely ahead of its time, like I said. Still quite an amazing map. It doesn't feel as alive as Dying Light 2's map feels though. But then again, it makes more sense. This is more of a impact zone of the infection. So that's enough of me talking pointless information. Let's try some stuff out. So one of the big differences between the game is the grappling hook. Now you can get the grappling hook pretty good in Dying Light 2. I know mine's not maxed, but it's not the same. See, Dying Light 1's grappling hook was completely unrealistic. It looks like I'm Spider-Man or Batman, or like you can literally just swing like this. And obviously there's a moment where it runs out of juice. As you can see, the grappling hook in Dying Light 2 is very different. It is insanely different. Excuse me. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. Okay. It's insanely different. It's more of a swing. I do not know how the hell I did not notice this, but what in the holy hell Mortal Kombat crypt jump scare is this? I didn't notice this. My girlfriend noticed it while I was editing. If you can do it. What? Alright. Dying Light 2's grappling hook, it's not as fun as Dying Light 1's. It's boring. It is. It's cool, it's realistic, it's nice. But it's not as fun. I don't have anywhere near as much fun swinging around on this one than I do the other one. That's a lot better range. I know you can upgrade it and make it work similar, but not the same. Like, if I went like this, Dying Light 1, it would launch me in a perfect straight line to where I aim. Right there. Straight line. This one, I get a little bit of a jump and a swing. This one's more like Spider-Man, the other one's more like Batman. So in the end, Dying Light 1's grappling hook is way better. Even though it's not realistic, it's a lot more fun. I recently did my video on how to make Dying Light 2 seem as scary, well, it's close to being as scary as Dying Light 1, which actually did quite well, so thank you to everybody who checked that out. Feel free to go check it out if you haven't. But now I figured after doing that, why not actually just straight up compare the game itself, Dying Light 1, and compare it to Dying Light 2. So we're just going to test out some of the major parts. Drop kicking, I find so much easier and so much more fun in Dying Light 1. Its drop kicking feature was so much better. And there's still a dodge, which is nice. Its combat was a lot simpler. It feels so much smoother. just the plain zombie combat. This is what we're testing right now. There's lots you can do. Hello? Drop kicking. One of the most iconic things this game has created. Drop kicking is so much better in Dying Light 1. Dying Light 2's drop kicking, it's still overpowered. It's probably one of the most overpowered moves in Dying Light 2. Drop kicking is still amazing. It's easier to do in Dying Light 1. So much easier to do. Personally, more satisfying. I definitely personally find it more satisfying. The grappling, which is another thing you can do in Dying Light 2. Now, one of the biggest things that I did notice is the zombies are weaker in Dying Light 1. They feel a lot more easier to take out. I die so much less. You can just swing and swing away and just clear them like they're nothing. Clear hordes in this game. I'll compare a horde. Well, unless you land in a fire like that and just straight up get murdered. There's the toughness. It's these Dying Light 2 ones are so much. These ones are so much tougher. They feel a lot harder to kill. I feel like it takes more swings to take all these guys out. Oh Jesus, nope. The looting, also, it's more. I guess you could say it's more original. You're not gonna find as much cool gear just looting as you would in Dying Light 2. And it's as many areas. Like I like some of the weapons better. Some of the weapons in this game look cooler. Like the Dark Sickle, which is a pretty cool one. These golden weapons are very similar to the legendary weapons in Dying Light 2. So there is some basic combat in Dying Light 1. It's pretty smooth, simple, fun, easy, enjoyable. I'm just saying the same meaning words over and over again. Oh, my weapon's broken, that sucks. Oh, hi. Oh my god, okay. Still a fear in this one though. I like the X-ray effect better. It's nice though because we got virals, which in this game virals are, in my opinion, so much scarier than virals from Dying Light 1. They're a lot more intimidating, and they actually have a cool detail where they get bothered by sunlight. So much better. The zombie types in Dying Light 1 are Dying Light 2 are better. Dying Light 1 doesn't have many zombie types. Dying Light, they have the basic, the goon and the demolition guy, whatever. That's nice. Way to be prepared. Alright, I like the map a lot better on Dying Light 2. Seriously, that's probably my favorite thing. Dying Light 2's map is way better. The comparison between them is very, very different. A lot easier to use. Like I said, I like the map much better for Dying Light 2. It's bigger, so much more on it available to do. Not only that, it's the end game content. There's so much to do. The world feels alive. There's so much more to do on it, such as encounters and things like that, which are a lot more fun, and I enjoy it a lot better. Alright, so we got Gunplay. Dying Light 1 has Gunplay, whereas Dying Light 2 barely has Gunplay. There is the Easter egg guns, which really aren't much, and they really don't do anything, but honestly, a part of me misses the guns. It's nice to have a change where there's technically no like AKs or things like that, but oh, hi. Okay. Part of me actually misses the guns, because come on, who doesn't like blowing zombies' heads up with guns? That's a lot of fun. And there's no guns to do that, other than like the Easter egg stuff. And the gore is still amazing. I think I like the gore way better on Dying Light 1. Dying Light 2 doesn't have guns. Well, sort of. It has the odd gun, but most of its guns are like Easter egg guns. Which, it's not the same. It's not like pulling out an AK and just shredding a horde of zombies. It's nowhere near the same. I don't enjoy it as much at all. Another big change would have to be the amount of different like endgame things you can do on how I feel like endgame is more fun on Dying Light 2, because Dying Light 1's endgame, after you beat the game, after you've done most things, it's not the same. It's not. Dying Light 2 did nail something a little better with endgame, is personally my opinion. Everyone's got their own. I feel like there's a lot more to do in endgame. Like, I get there's stuff to do. Like, you can do these challenges, you can just kill zombies repeatedly, obviously, or do parkour challenges, but there's actually like there's a lot more types of encounters and things like that in Dying Light 2, which make just free roaming and endgame a lot more fun. But I think just killing zombies was more fun in this one, because it's just I can't even explain why. It's a feeling that they just nailed. Now, an example of said encounters, one of many free roam things you can do in this one, whereas there's not much really for encounters in Dying Light 1. Dying Light 2 has these really sick encounter type things that you can do, which I will not say are easy at all. I'm a little rusty right now, clearly, but still, otherwise. Whoa. 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 And then there's the different types of zombies, especially during these encounters. Oh my god. But perfectly. Jesus. I can't explain it. Jesus, this guitar is brutal. Oh my god. These are the virals. I find Dying Light 2's virals more scary, because they just tackle you and it's such a pain and it's so annoying. They suck. I hate them, but they're scarier. I don't think this feature came back, the camouflage feature, which is actually a really cool detail, which it's a little sad they removed. This reminds me of Walking Dead when, you know, they're walking through the horde covered in the blood. Like, this is such a cool feature, which I don't think is still... You don't see me. Hey. Relax. We're gonna compare the best part of all, which is nighttime chases. Which is probably the funnest part of Dying Light itself. Not just 1, not just 2, it's just the funnest part of Dying Light in general. Alright, so we got nighttime in Dying Light 1. It has such a scary feeling. It is definitely horror game-like. So one thing to remember is... Jesus Christ. If you are playing Dying Light 2 and you notice your Dying Light 2 won't look the same as mine... Actually, no, I'll just say that when I'm playing Dying Light, scratch that part. But... Dying Light 1's nighttime is still terrifying. This is what it looks like. Just take a moment. Wow, that city in the distance actually looks really cool. That is an amazing view. You know, I think the scariest part about Dying Light, personally, it is still scarier than having the dark... It's still scarier than having the dark and gritty settings on Dying Light 2. But it does not mean it's... The scary part is actually seeing the volatiles on your map just roaming. You don't really notice that as much in Dying Light 2. Oh, can you not climb? Hello? Okay. Cool if they notice the light. Oh. So there's a difference between the volatiles. That was intimidating as hell. Okay. So, we are now in chase, Dying Light 1, with a volatile. Show you want to fear. Personally, volatiles in... Whoa, hi. Ow, that broke my legs. Volatiles in Dying Light 1 were a lot scarier than the volatiles in Dying Light 2. I don't really find the ones in Dying Light 2 as scary. So still, I will still say, the chases in Dying Light 1 still win. They're a lot scarier. But they still aren't... Jesus Christ. They're hard. 100% still hard. Oh, hi. Wow. Alright, so now we're comparing Dying Light 2's nighttime / chases to Dying Light 1. A couple things. Number one, I started in the dead center of a chase. Number two, this game's really got to fix some of its problems, because I have been trying to do the nighttime chase scene with the dark and gritty settings on for the last almost hour. But I get their still experimental settings, but like, come on, you guys, like, the company works on the game all the time. Should be a little more experimental now, considering a lot of people use them. But yeah, I kept turning it on, it just was not registering, not working, which is annoying as hell, obviously, because I'm trying to do this, so really gotta get their stuff together there. There's a lot of bugs going on with the actual settings and stuff. Like, it's not as customizable as you want it to be at times, because it's super buggy and the settings don't work great. So, just quick thing that at least should be warned if you want to play with the dark and gritty settings. Just remember, it might not work because they don't know how to get their stuff together and get it working properly yet. Alright, now enough dissing the game. Ouch. Some things about the nighttime chase in Dying Light 2 versus Dying Light 1. Well, I'm gonna die. Oh, Jesus Christ. But, couple of the noticeable differences. Number one, we're switching back and forth between dark and gritty and normal because this game is ridiculous. But, a couple things I don't like, oh my god, are the chases I find are definitely harder. Definitely harder by a long shot. Oh my god, high volatile. Chases are harder by a long shot, but I don't like the whole high. I don't like the whole actual chase level thing at the bottom. I don't like it. I feel like it should start like Dying Light 1, where the chase starts at as intense as it can get, and there's no like levels to it, because it kind of ruins the scariness seeing chase level 3. I wish it was like, I don't know if there's a setting that gets rid of that. If there is, comment down below. I don't know. Nothing really reads that does that, but if there's a setting that does that, it just doesn't say, let me know. So that definitely doesn't help, but other than that, like, with when the dark and gritty settings work, when the game wants to stop being just a horrible working game and actually works, it's terrifying because you can't see anything, and that makes it scarier. Volatiles I find are less scary in Dying Light 2. Like, they're still terrifying, like, that jump scares me, but they're not as, like, gory and bloody and ripped apart. Instead, they're kind of blue, which is a little, well, there was my death again, which is a little weird, still cool. Then there goes my death. Alright, Jesus Christ. Showcase nighttime without flashlight. See how it holds up. I like the random fires, just kind of roaming, and adds a little ambiance light. The fires are amazing. They were an amazing feature. I was gonna drop kick him. Thought he was a normal zombie. Okay, we're just gonna sneak behind him. You just tripped the other little one. Where is he? It's so dark, I can't see him. Is he still here? Oh man, Jesus Christ, the red eyes. Yeah, no, still stand what I said. Volatiles from Dying Light 1 are still, Jesus, scarier. But without a flashlight at night. So, little difference between it and Dying Light 1. At the very least in Dying Light 1, when you don't have your flashlight on, there's random barrels of fire when we're around the map, which there really isn't really anymore in Dying Light 2. Which I do miss. Those were very helpful. They give you an ambience light when you don't have a flashlight, and it made it creepier. With the flashlight at night, definitely too, it's completely pitch black. See, right there is a perfect example. You can see the dark and gritty and normal flashing when I get hit. So it's a perfect example of how horrible their settings are working right now. That needs to be fixed, like, hardcore. I don't know if it broke in the... Wow, I can't... I hate the grabber. It's so annoying. It takes forever. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, okay. But yes, that's the comparisons between Dying Light 1 versus Dying Light 2. There's a lot... I think there's more that I like about Dying Light 1 than there is in Dying Light 2. But I would rather play Dying Light 2. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense, like, at all. But my reasoning for that is... the gameplay and replayability is higher on Dying Light 2 because there's more content, there's more things to do. I won't get bored as quick because I have more options. Dying Light 1 doesn't have that many options. It's fun and it's scarier and it weirdly works better, which is kind of sad. It just doesn't have many options, so its replayability isn't as good. So I'd still prefer to play this one. But I think Dying Light 1 is a better game. Other than like the map and replayability, it's a better game. Way better map, Dying Light 2 in my opinion. A lot more alive and way more replayability. That's what this game has on Dying Light 1. So either way, I wouldn't really say there's a clear winner. It's kind of more preference, but Dying Light 1, better game. Dying Light 2, more replayability and better gameplay. That's about the best I can say. That was Dying Light 1 versus Dying Light 2. If there's any more Dying Light content coming out soon from my channel, I do not know because I need to let this game update because it's clearly not working well right now. Now that is a good time to end the video. Jesus. Oh, wow. Wow, well, these are virals. And I am going to just... Jesus Christ.